The canteen was alive with the clang of trays, the shuffle of boots, and the low hum of soldiers trading stories. But all of that shifted the moment she walked in. A simple woman, plain dress, quiet eyes, holding nothing but a small tray with soup. The Kursany, an elite unit known for their arrogance, watched her like wolves scenting weakness. One laughed first, loud enough for the whole room to hear. Another joined, mocking the way she carried herself. Words sharp as blades sliced through the air, cruel jokes echoing against the walls. She kept her head down, trembling fingers clutching the tray, praying it wouldn't spill. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. She wanted to vanish into the corner, to escape the storm of laughter, but fate never allows the humble to hide for long. The Kursany circled closer, their leader stepping forward with a smirk, knocking her spoon aside as if she were less than human. Murmurs rippled through the canteen, uneasy, shifting, waiting. No one dared intervene. The woman's heart pounded against her ribs, a question rising inside her. Why me? Why always the quiet ones? And then it happened. Her hand, still clutching the tray, shifted just enough for the edge of her sleeve to slide back. For the first time, the mocking eyes of the Kursany froze. There, inked deep into her skin, was a mark. Not decorative, not simple. It was the insignia of a unit long whispered about, a unit that bled for the country when others stayed safe. The mark every soldier respected, and many feared, the emblem of the fallen guards. The air changed instantly. The laughter stopped. The canteen fell into a silence so sharp it hurt the ears. One soldier, bold a moment ago, stumbled backward, his voice faltering. That can't be real. But it was. The woman raised her eyes at last. They weren't timid anymore. They burned with memory, with loss, with stories none of these men could carry. Her voice was quiet, but it carried to every corner of the room. My husband bore this mark. He died in my arms with honor. And I wear it to remember what none of you could ever understand. The Kursany, men who prided themselves on strength, suddenly looked like children caught stealing. Their bravado dissolved into shame, as the weight of her truth pressed down on them. The whispers of the crowd turned, no longer mocking, but heavy with respect. Boots shuffled, eyes lowered, and then, the moment no one expected, a gray-haired veteran, who had been eating silently at the far table, stood. He saluted her, not out of duty, but out of reverence. One by one, others followed. The canteen, moments ago filled with cruel laughter, now stood in a chorus of respect. For the Kursany, those 30 seconds became an eternity of regret. She could have struck them with words. She could have let her anger burn. But instead, she set the tray down with steady hands, nodded once to the room, and left in silence. The echo of her footsteps lingered long after she was gone, a reminder carved deeper than any punishment. Because kindness doesn't vanish, it waits, and it finds its way back. The woman who entered trembling left as the embodiment of quiet strength, and the Kursany learned that mocking the humble is the fastest way to be humbled yourself. And maybe that's the truest lesson of all. Sometimes the smallest presence carries the greatest weight, and respect is earned not by fear, but by sacrifice remembered. If this story moved you, share your thoughts in the comments. I love hearing your reflections. And if you believe stories like this should live on, make sure to subscribe and join our community. More tales of courage, justice, and humanity are waiting for you.